Hey people, it's me again. So, anyways, I guess I should also bring in my 2 cents to the whole thing with the healthcare reform. So, anyways, my first point is that I want to make here is like there's a plurality here. And what I mean by plurality is like, why can't we just have both of that? Have like a two-tier system, I mean, like how it is with, like, Norway, for example, that they have a private and public options, and it's also single pay as far as universal healthcare, but it's also private and public. So if you could afford it, then you can have private, but if you can't afford it, then you can have public. So anyways, my second point here is that to me is that people on both sides, whether they want private only or public only, then why should we just have both of that? Because really, they just want to have their cake and eat it too, And my third point here is that really the problem here is that both sides are not willing to work together and willing to compromise on certain things, with healthcare, and that's what is causing all of these problems here. So, I guess I could also say that my fourth point is that if people have this sense of entitlement for everything as far as healthcare goes, and then let them, I mean, it's not going to make anything better for them to try to convince them otherwise, Some people, it's just that they just want to have that because that's all they really want, and then after that, they'll just basically leave you alone. I mean, and then move on to some other little thing that they feel like they have a need for, but although I should point out is that if everything goes the way it should be, as far as with all the Tea Parties and all that, that this is just simply because people are just tired of the Democrats and the Republicans fighting over each other just to see, like, who's the better politician, who's the better at this, who listens to people more, and blah, 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 and really, I think they just got sick and tired of it. But then people are just gonna get sick and tired of it for a while with, like, the Tea Parties, and until that starts to die down, maybe next year, or in 2012, 2013, or so on and so on and so forth, until it's business as usual, where they could just argue until people actually grow enough brain cells to figure out that neither party is good enough for them, and that they should just really vote Libertarian or the Green Party, because at least they actually are consistent with their beliefs and their platform, and at least actually support enough people. But the problem is, people think that voting Libertarian or voting Libertarian or Green Party is meaning like throwing your vote away, or it doesn't really count. But it actually does count, At least you're voting for a better person than just Joe Blue Conservative or John Red Liberal, or whatever their names are. They're just all the same. All they really care about is just themselves and the money they make and how much they can make the other guy look bad. So, anyways, see you next time, people.